Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to another MechMerlin build stream. Let's see who is online today. I'm seeing a Zark, a Sov KB, Dr. Killswitch, and Anisan. Thanks, guys, for joining in. This is a special build stream as I am rebuilding one of my favorite boards, the Volcano 660, which is another variant of the Clue board. And as some of you guys know, Clue board is actually one of my, well, I guess it's not really Clue board, it's the 66 key layout popularized by the FC660, and along with Clue board is my favorite type of layout. Here, for those of you who have never seen one before, let's show you really quick. Oh, but before that, this is what I'm drinking, guys. Something new, never before seen on stream. I saw this at Starbucks today while my wife was grabbing coffee, and I was like, hey, why not? Let's try it out. Let's try it out. This one is a mango dragon fruit drink. So I tried it out, and so far so good. Yeah, I wish I was sponsored by Starbucks. I could say like, hey, this stream was brought to you by Starbucks. But yeah, so far so good. It tastes more like dragon fruit than it does mango, so yeah. Still a good drink nonetheless. But here we go, here we go. Here we go. This is a Volcano 660. What I'm running on it right now is GMK Solarized Dark. I believe I got this is the Volcano Gray one, but it looks blue on stream. It looks blue in person as well, so kind of curious. I guess it's a very bluish silver. There we go. Got the brass weight on there. This is a gasket mount board. Tom JB says, where are you from? I am from a variety of places, but right now I am located in Seattle, Washington. Home of Starbucks, actually. So yeah, here we go. But before we start the stream, I do like to talk about stuff that I've received in the mail over the last week. Not only did I receive a PCB for this, but I got something else. Probably not going to use it on stream today since I'm already drinking from like an actual Starbucks thing. But here, let's turn on some music while we're at it. Got this in the mail. This was quite a surprise to me, actually. Here we go. Any idea what this might be? Anyone have any guesses? Moo Keep says, what's a gasket mount board? A gasket mount board is a board in which the plate is suspended by gaskets rather than screwed to the top or the bottom. This results in a more pleasant typing feel, according to a lot of people. Cashmere Cat says, a square keyboard. Anisan says, a mug, a big switch, a mug, coffee, a mug. Well, most of you guys are right. It is indeed a mug. Here. And what's so special about this mug? What's so special about this mug? Here, let's talk about this. A few weeks back, a gentleman named Playmaker reached out to me on Discord and was like, hey, I really love your content. Can I make something for you? And I was like, sure, why not? What are you planning on making? He's like, check this out. So this is the final result. There's Bongo Cat with a wizard hat on it. The special MechMerlin series, I guess. Look at that. It's a nice dark blue mug. We actually have several of these at home already, but they're more of a Moscow Mule type container. But yeah, these will be for wine drinking. Wine drinking in the future. Probably this upcoming Tuesday stream. I like it a lot because it's got this sealed container. I mean, this sealed lid on top. It's come in handy quite often already. See that? Pretty cool deal. Was gonna try and use it today, but might have some problems pouring this venti cup over. So I'm like, okay, to save it for next time. Yeah, thank you so much, Playmaker. If you guys are interested in getting something like this, or just in general, doesn't have to be keyboard related, but here, try it out, try it out. Check out this link, which I'm posting in chat. And apparently, let's see, what does Playmaker say? Playmaker is saying... Oh, okay, there we go. Apparently, if you use the MacMerlin discount code, you get $5 off as well. So if you're interested in stuff like this, hit him up. Hit him up. This is really cute. Like, as soon as I opened it earlier, my wife was like, I want one too. Can I get one in pink? I'm like, sure, I can ask. I can ask. Don Bro says, hi. Hello to you too. Alright, you guys will see me using this on Chat Tuesday. Alright, but for now, it goes into the little box. Alright, as I was saying earlier, today is rebuild day, in which I'll be rebuilding one of my favorite boards, the Volcano 660. Merlin, why are you rebuilding this? Main reason being, if you guys caught my initial build stream of this, there was some issue with the pads of some sort. So, actually, let me try and remember. It wasn't the pad, it was the switch. And in the process of desoldering said switch, I busted one of the pads. So I had to use an extra wire just to short a few switches around. So that in and of itself made me really unhappy. Number two, reason why is this board was built way before Durocks or C3s were even a thing. So as you can see here, I'm still using regular Cherry GMK stabs. And unfortunately, these are not the good kind of Cherry GMK. These are the retooled ones. So, you know, sooner or later, they're just gonna pop off. So might as well change that too today while I'm changing out this PCB. So here we go. Let's start off the process. Take off all the caps. Take off all the caps. Xenophobia, thanks for joining in. Yeah, so it's not that this board is unusable. In fact, how you see it right now is pretty much how it's looked since I built it. Let's see, hold on. Just Gaming redeemed Hydrate. Thank you. Thank you. Oh yeah, this is how it's looked. I've not had to change the keycaps at all. In fact, I specifically bought this color Volcano so that I could match it. With this colorway. See, I'm not sure if you guys can see it on stream, but this board also has indicator LEDs over here on the right. And you know what? While I'm doing this, I can show you guys the original group buy page. Here we go. There we go. This was a group buy that ran on March 2019. Check it out. See, so it comes in a variety of colorways. You even had the polycarb variant. These are all renders, I think. Here we go. Quite a few typing tests as well. I think this board retailed for, oh, here we go. $375 USB for the default kit. $625 for a PVD full brass kit. Yeah, that was too much for me at the time, so I did not do that route. Just Gaming says, can I buy that key? Not anymore. The group buy is long past. You know? Long past. And there's no way I'm selling my unit, because this is one of my favorite boards. Tom JB says, what profile are the keycaps on the top board? The top board is my quote-unquote travel board. It's running DSA Granite. So yeah, DSA profile. As you guys can see, I'm running the very first Gateron black inks. So in my opinion, these were the smoothest of all of the Gateron inks, very first batch, and also did not exhibit any of the loose leaf issues that were present on round 2 and round 3 of the V1s. And some people have been claiming that the V2s still have the loose leaf issue. So I actually bought a set of V2s. Have not gotten around to lubing it quite yet, so we'll see. We'll see if I can replicate those said issues. There we go. I'll be using the exact same caps for this board. I don't need to grab my entire set. There we go. Let's take it apart. Let's take it apart. Let's see. It uses hex. There we go. That's the right bit. What is my favorite GMK set? Says Terabyte. I'm a big fan of sets that have lighter alphas. So pretty much, let's see, what's new these days? What's the latest GMK set that I bought? What's the latest GMK set? I can't even remember anymore. What did I buy? I can't even remember what the latest sets were. Gosh, okay. So favorite sets are probably Olivia, Mizu, Camping, Merlin, of course. Let's see what else. Serica, that's another one. Minimal, there we go. GMK Ashes would be dope on this. Yeah, because, you know, it's a Volcano 660. Makes absolute sense. Muted's good too. You love Muted, probably your second favorite set. I don't know, these days I'm starting to feel that GMK is way overpriced. Like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate all of the nice legends, all those sharp legends, but I feel like JTK is just good enough. Good enough for a fraction of the price. Of course, JTK now has triple shots, so it's like, what? It's only $10, $20 cheaper than the GMK equivalent. Come on. Only these were magnetic. There we go. Alright, let me put these screws somewhere where I won't lose them. Let's put them in the magnetic tray here. There we go. What does triple shot mean, says Cashmere Cat? Here, let me show you an example. So, double shot. Double shot means two pieces of plastic, right? So given this set, this GMK set right here, this is double shot. The first shot is this blue color that you're seeing. That's the first plastic. The second shot is the white portion. The white portion which comprises the legend. Triple shot would mean there's a third plastic that comprises the sub-legend, which is present on some JTK sets. There we go. Let me lift this up. There we go. Oh yeah, this is what the bottom of it looks like. That gaskets are all the way through there. There's the plate. Can't remember if I actually put any extra foam on this or not. Oh look, I did. Put some extra foam on. Perfect. Oh yeah, so this is why I want to change this PCB out. See that? I had to short 2 switches because I screwed up. I had to short 2 switches, so after today, this should no longer be an issue, okay? Here we go. Alright, let me pull out my little... I guess it's not my little one, but it's my desoldering gun. It's actually fairly large. Here we go. Alright, so last time I used my desoldering gun, I ran out of actual outlets. So this time I have a spare outlet. I'm well prepared. Well prepared for this situation. Alright. Heat up the gun really quick. Yeah, so the PCB is no different than last time, to be honest. Look, it's got its two speakers. Actually, let me pull out that new one while I'm waiting for this to just heat up. Here we go. Here's the new one right here. Let's just open it up. There we go. Let's just talk about some of the differences that I'm seeing. It's still got the speakers. It's still got the, I think it's like called a quick port right there. It's still using the same ARM microcontroller. Reset button still in the same place. Clue board 66, version 3.0. Yep, that's still in place right there. What else am I seeing? Oh, interesting. On the original one, it had the Tianria Labs signature right here. If you don't know who Tianria Labs is, they are now called Ilum KB. So that logo is no longer there. Designed by Scully at Felton, California. Yep, pretty much the same solder mask, just with that different, I guess. What else? What else can I see that's different? Nothing else really. I guess I'll find out more once I desolder it. Alright, you can feel the heat from my heat gun now. Let's start. Are drop MT3 keycaps good? I don't like them mainly because of how it feels, but you know, they can be good. They can be good. Got the $45 Bloom keycap set. Okay, if it's 45 bucks, that might be the really cheap sets. One thing I didn't like about them was that the legends felt super inconsistent, you know? That'll probably only bother you if you keep staring at your hands while you're typing. Alright, let's try and get this done quick. I still want to keep all of these switches, but I don't care too much about the PCB anymore. Oh, the Bloom keycap. So that's Cherry Profile. Okay, I don't think I've heard of that set. Are they PBT or are they ABS? They're PBT. Ah, okay. I wonder who makes them. Maybe it's Geek Arc. Who knows? Xenophobia says, this is a reminder that I need a vacuum desoldering iron. You don't want to spend for an FR300. Yeah, FR300 is nice, but I don't think it's necessary unless you do this on a regular basis. And for someone like me, this happens at least once a month. So yeah, that's regular. You can also do it the old-fashioned way with solder wick. I'm gonna say that solder wick doesn't work very well when you're desoldering these guys. Easier to burn off a pad, so I would highly suggest not to use solder wick. Just use a regular soldering iron and a, let's see, and a suction tool. That's the best way. Avoid the solder wick. Yeah, that's my recommendation. Like, it can work, but I think it's a lot more heartbreak than necessary. Chip Dip says, "Hello Merlin, how's it going?" It's going pretty good. Desoldering a board that I'll be building right back up. This time with better stabilizers and a non-broken PCB. To be fair, this board still works, you know. Board works absolutely fine, but it bothers me that I did this. So whenever I type on this board, I'm like, ugh! See, you desoldered in 1800 using solder wick? Man. It does not sound like fun. Irada is thinking of getting a 3D printer. Very cool. Brr, indeed. Alright. I think it's starting to sound like I have a lot of solder sucked up already. Might have to empty out the filter. Berries are floating around in the drink. Yes, they are. Alright. Okay. Should be good. There we go. That cleaned up much better. Sometimes when you're desoldering something, it's better to solder it again and then desolder. Here. Will this lift right out? Maybe, maybe not. Nope, it's not lifting out. Oof. I may have to just pop out the switches one by one. Alright, here goes. Pop off the switches one by one. Anyone else doing KB chores while watching? Let's see, all you need to do is save up 1,500 points so you can find out the truth about my spoken word. Yep, that's one way to find out. Zujo redeems spoken word. Nice. Alright. Let's see. Well, Zujo, what theme do you like? Oh shoot, that's not coming out as easy as I thought it would. Just another dude with a spoken word like gospel. Yes. Yeah, Zujo's done this before, so we'll see what Zujo wants. Chat can choose, says Zujo. Alright, Zujo, chat can choose, but out of what chat has chosen, you get to pick the one that you like the most. How about that? Let's do that, since I've already seen a couple people post stuff. Apparently there's, let's see, let's scroll up here. Zark says gay pirate. Just Another Dude says Genesis 1-1. Bacon and Tuna says Wizard. Yeah, Zujo, which one appeals to you the most? Hey, there's another one here. Angry Grandma. So actually, let's not do Angry Grandma. My grandma unfortunately passed away 2 days ago, so that's a little sensitive to me right now. Yeah, she was, you know, she'd been bedridden for 2 years already, and yeah, she passed just 2 days ago. Yeah, I'm feeling okay. Thanks for asking, Zujo. Just that, you know, didn't really interact with her too much just because she was in the Philippines and I was in Taiwan, but still visiting during Christmas and summer, and her like always, you know, taking care of me. It still hurts here, you know. You know, for some reason this... Oh wait, I think I see why. Well, Zujo, you still have to pick. You still have to pick. Out of all the ones that people mentioned. Oh wait, I didn't even turn this on. Let's see, there was Angry Grandma, which we're not gonna do. There's Crazy Cat Lady. There's Gay Pirate. There's Wizard. There's Genesis 1-1. Zujo says Genesis 1-1. Alright, that's it. Let's see. What? Let me look up exactly what Genesis 1:1 is. Is it Let There Be Light? Let's see. Is it like in the beginning or something? Oh, hey, I'm right. It says Genesis 1:1 is in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. Okay, what kind of theme can I extract from that? Because that's weird. What kind of theme can I extract from that? Because I feel like this isn't going to be any different than my usual wizard or Shakespeare theme. It's really me, says it's the creation story. Yes, it's the creation story. I just wanted to make sure I quoted it exactly. And I was partially right. I said in the beginning, but that was only half of the verse. Alright, well, I think this is going to be very similar to my Shakespearean one, so hopefully that's not what you were expecting. Here we go. Alright, for those of you who have never listened to me do spoken word, surprise, surprise, I am not a poet by any means. I am not capable of writing elaborate prose. So, instead of writing something for you guys, I have a typing test that I will read out in dramatic dramatic format, and usually I get the chat or whoever redeemed it to come up with the theme. Today's theme is apparently Genesis 1:1, which, if you are not familiar with that, it is in the beginning God created the heavens and the earth. So I have no idea how I'm gonna do that, but here we go. I guess I can play the role of God creating the earth, right? Okay, here we go. There we go. This is for you, Zujo. By line between few form, no sin school. There feel, which only become. Only she child, some general man, where many run may small. About have governation. System same down home, because the begin. Many one increase. Now go there, fell the sins. Then tell the general write down. And then form. There we go. All right, congratulations, Zujo. Thanks for redeeming that. All right, let's get back to this. It's really me, says I do spoken word professionally, and that hurted my soul. Six Wrist says, is that you, God? No character. Yeah, I've had people recommend like doing Christopher Walken. Someone said do pirate before. Someone did Mickey Mouse. Yeah, Mickey Mouse. So yeah, I've done quite a few. Yeah. Cashmere Cat. I am, as you can see, I am no means a professional, but I am a wizard. Right, looks like I may have to do this the old school way and just pull it off from the front. It's really me, says I sub. There we go. Thank you, man. Thanks for your support. Alright, let's see. One of the issues about a brass plate is that they are really tight. Let's see. There we go. Zujo redeemed spoken word again. Oh man. Alright, pick one. Mickey Mouse. Okay, let's do Mickey Mouse. Okay, this one. Yeah, here we go. Great, let's find a Mickey Mouse theme here. What colorway fits Mickey Mouse the best? Red, white, and black. Red, white, and black. Anything here that's red, white, and black and yellow? Kobayashi? Does that work? Kind of. Kind of. Alright, let's do this. Let's do this. Okay. Let's pause the music again. Let's get into my Mickey Mouse mood. Hi, folks. Hi, folks. Zark did Gay Pirate 2, did he? Can't remember that. I think he mentioned Gay Pirate, but he only redeemed Pirate. But here we go, here we go. Let's practice a bit here. Let's practice. Hey, folks. Hey, Zujo. How you doing today? He redeemed? There we go. Well, let's go do... Let's do the Mickey Mouse first. This is for you again, Zujo. Milkcam says I gotta mute. I don't think I can handle Mickey Mouse again. Alright, here goes, here goes. Right, govern. Some system play. Show on set, course, new stand some. Small set world, another first. Then it take home the back grate. He seem it probably, another late. Buy out, he seem I. However lead. While even consider call. What about and number and state small set it. Here we go. So apparently Zark redeemed Gay Pirate? It's not showing up in my... It's not showing up on my notifications here. That's really odd. Let's see. I'm not seeing it. I don't know, maybe Twitch just doesn't like Zark at all. Because like first it wouldn't let him chat without redeeming his like highlights. And here we go. Alright, well, I'll take him at his word. Gay pirate. How do you do a gay pirate? How do you do a gay pirate? Yar. I don't know. How would I do this? How cromulently flamboyant. What does cromulently mean? I don't even know what that means. There should be a lot of R, but high pitch R. Effeminate voice. How would you do a gay pirate? Oh. Effeminate but masculine, because pirates are very very masculine to me. So, gonna rack my brain for this. I think I have an idea. T Brown's redeemed hydrate. Thank you so much. Standard from being pirate, then try to make him more gay. Wait, Sucho, do it at the end of the stream so I can at least, you know, get some switches out, especially since you've already done 2. Okay, here we go. Let's try. How do I read this in the form of a gay pirate? Okay, here goes. This is for you, Zark. Because you redeemed spoken words supposedly 5 to 10 minutes ago. So Zark, here is your gay pirate. After I stand hand by you, here, late, not will, one inform, present much, then open now, down long good have course, yar, public help at program, be give those, if there any point, long would we life, each two, must what use off, or who own for all. I don't know. that wink. All right. There we go. Sorry. That was painful. Here, let's see you do a better job. Let's see you do a better gay pirate than me. Was that a gay Yoda or something? This is actually very challenging, but I'm enjoying it. Very, very much enjoying it. Do I have hair under that hat? No, I'm a bald man. I would love to hear Zark do a gay pirate voice at our next QMK meeting. And I'd love to hear him talk technical stuff while doing that voice. What say you about that proposal, Zark? His normal voice is 2 octaves lower than anyone you know. Really? I don't think it's that low. Alright, so one thing about brass plates and pulling out switches with these things, if you're not careful, these guys can scratch your brass plate. Especially if it's not like fully coated. Oh, Zark. Zark, did you hear my proposal earlier? At the next QMK meeting, you can do the gay pirate voice since you were unsatisfied with mine. When is the next QMK meeting? I feel like I haven't seen an email go out. Maybe I just haven't been paying attention. You'd have to turn up to one. Shots fired, says Xenophobia. Oh boy. I think it started off with, let's say, QMK meetings started interfering with my real meetings. What's a QMK meet? A QMK meet is when all of the QMK collaborators, such as Xenophobia, Zark, and myself, meet up and we talk about ongoing pull requests, any new features that may be developed, people who want to join collaborators, and anything that Jack or Scully want to announce to us. Semi-regular voice chat, yeah. Though it hasn't been very regular lately. QMK, like the flashy thing you do to change layers. QMK is the firmware that allows you to change layers. It's the name of the firmware. Or actually, QMK in and of itself is the name of the organization. But we make a firmware, which is coincidentally also named QMK firmware. Why am I being so careful with this PCB? This PCB is already broken. I don't need to be so gentle with it. Who cares if I rip off pads or if I break switches? Here, let's do this. Like I said, I do want to, at the very least, preserve switches. You're not going to sell that PCB on? No, I'm not going to sell this. It's already it's already busted. I don't expect anyone to have to rebuild this on their own. Throw it against the wall. It's gonna go in my pile of dead PCBs. Or if someone actually wants it, then sure, reach out to me after stream. Like, just be aware there are two switches, two pads that are broken, so you'll have to rebuild those exact same connections. I wouldn't mind shipping it off to you for the price of shipping, but you know, it's not really. I really would not recommend it. Use it to strum your guitar. No thanks. Oh my gosh, Macmillan edition? No way. Broken PCB selling us the Macmillan edition? No thanks. Would not want to do that to anyone. Would I be able to use it to learn how to solder? Maybe? But keep in mind it's broken, you know, so it's not like... I guess you could solder it? And see if it works? Except for those two switches? Maybe. That's why it's B stock, says Xenophobia. Okay, so quick question. I personally didn't know about like B stock. Oh wait, just noticed my music's not playing anymore from that last spoken word. But yeah, I did not know about like A stock, B stock, C stock until I came into this hobby. So what other industries have this notion of A, B, C stock? Because I'd never seen it outside of the keyboard community. So if people have seen it elsewhere, I'd love to learn about it. Isn't B stock generally returned, refurbished? Okay, I've heard returned and refurbished, but the notion of a B stock has not. I actually never heard it until this hobby. Thoughts on the Romier? The Romier is a very, I think it's like a 66 key layout as well, but it's super budget. And there were some instances where it was hot swap, if I'm not mistaken. But other than that, it's your typical budget board. I know XYZ managed to port it to QMK, but I don't know if that's official or not. By official, I mean in the QMK repo. It could just be something in its own branch. Yeah, I personally don't have any direct experience with it, but from what I've heard from people who have bought it, is that it's a decent budget board. Like, obviously don't compare it to a much higher end board, but for what it's worth, it's decent. Warmier QMK is not in mainline. That's what I thought. It's on a fork. See, guns, says just another dude. Ah, okay, yeah, that's not a hobby that I'm into. That's why I would not know. Sometimes they call stuff service grade. New old stock. Okay, I've heard of new old stock and below service grade. Interesting. Thank you for that explanation, Justin. I'm assuming your name is actually Justin. Dawnbro says raid incoming? Really? Another raid? Wow, thanks guys. Well, let's see, who's raiding me this time? Oh my gosh, man of interest. Dude, thank you. Thank you for sending 67 people my way. Welcome, welcome everyone. Welcome to my rebuild of my Volcano 660. Here we go. I am in the process of, well, I've desoldered all of the switches already, and I'm removing them one by one. Man of interest says, Merlin, hope you're doing great. Hope you're doing good yourself. I normally see you at least once a year, but because of our current situation in the world, have not done that since last November. Oh my gosh, Top Clock is here too? Dude, thank you. And if it's Top Clock, I'm assuming it's, let's see, at this hour, it's gotta be Quakeums. Just gotta continue the raid train. Yeah, hopefully I remember to raid after this one. I always forget to raid. You know it, bud. Zarg, you gotta pick a different one. Now I need to know what this magic keyboard is. It says magic keyboard. That's an Apple product. You still haven't done the Christopher. Yes, I did. It did that for you like when you redeemed it. Maybe Italian Mob. Italian Mob. The legendary keyboard staff. I think Christopher Walken was one of the first ones that you redeemed. Let's say Mafia isn't a bad one. Alright, we can do Mafia. Let's see. Let me think. How should I do Mafia? Do I even know how to do an Italian accent? No, I don't. Let's see. I gotta think about this. Let's do There we go. All right. For those of you tuning in for the first time and wondering what we're talking about here, spoken word is one of my redeemable Twitch points thing, in which you get me to do some odd things. One of the odd things is spoken word. I am neither a poet nor someone who can write elaborate prose, so instead of doing that, I read typing tests in a very dramatic fashion. Today, Zark has requested that I read this in the Mafia theme, so so this is gonna be interesting. Oh my gosh, okay. Here, let's try this. Let's do this. Let me turn off my desoldering gun here. Remember Carleone and his friend. Wow, if you're talking about Godfather, that's another movie I have not watched in ages. Should I grab my cat and just like pet her while I talk as well? First he was God and now he's the Godfather. Zuda says yes. Here, let's... Okay. Let's see if I can grab my cat. Let's see if he wants to be picked up. BRB. Alright, no can do. She is hiding under the couch. Don't want to have to reach down there and grab her. Alright, here we go. Mafia for Zark. Let's pause the music again. Let's try and do this. Alright, so the last time I did something like this, someone posted me in Twitch fails and like the title of the post was keyboard streamer gets tired, loses it after bending diodes, and I think it was my death metal one in which I was just like rah, 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 rah. All right, so okay, so it's really me says I'm saving up for Esteban. So here's the thing, I have to know it. If I don't know it, I'm not gonna know how to do it at all, right? So here we go. Let's try this. Let's give this a shot. Zark, this is for you. Let's hit redo a couple times so it's slightly more random. And we'll stop right there. Okay. You don't know Sweet Life of Zach and Cody? No, I don't. If this is an American show, probably not, because I did not grow up here in America. Milkamp says, redo, 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 redo. Okay, here we go. Here we go. This is for you, Zark. Okay, I got it. I think I got something. Need few to people. Men seem right. Now, interest take we course. Old high state! That course increase. More have just go good. Public eye man. She would without old day. Number no day. Could play. Things head of those, never many. General change. Many hand person were house they knew. There we go. There we go. Just another dude says, do you know what glorious leader Xi Jinping knows sounds like? No, I don't actually. Zark says, I'll take it. Oh my gosh. Izami Kyoko says, you ever watch anime? Never heard of it. Have I done a Schwarzenegger one yet? Oh man, I'm probably gonna need a lot of practice before I attempt that one. Let's see. Okay, removing all these switches is turning out to be a more arduous task than I anticipated, mainly because of the brass plate. Top Plaque says, lol. He knows. You need to try Morgan Freeman sometime. I could try it. Probably have to listen to him just a couple more times. Oh yeah, there's this guy on YouTube who does a really good Morgan Freeman impersonation. Like, I think the one I saw of him was he was doing a pizza order in Morgan Freeman's name. And the delivery worker actually thought he was Morgan Freeman. Have I been watching the new season of Attack on Titan? I'm actually still catching up. I watched season 1, and I am halfway through season 2. Yeah, I'm still fairly far behind. Can we redeem a non-spoken word, like where you mime out the words in a typing test? Yeah, some people have done that. I think Zark did that. Zark did that. It took forever though. But yeah, let's... Oh, see, I just realized I did not have the right scene up. There we go. Let's get all these switches out first. Joining the stream and the first thing you hear is that terrifying noise of the desoldering gun. Let's see. Something about these last batches. Yeah, BRB, gotta go shave your dad's head. Alright, have fun. Oh no, I scratched the plate. Shoots. Well, considering that that's the first scratch I did. Yep, that's the first scratch I did. It's very tiny. Okay. I'm gonna be a little bit more careful. All right. Whew. Xenophobia says, no! You know my pain. Okay, that feels like I need to solder and desolder. Got this guy. Alright, these last batches of switches, I almost feel like I need to figure out which one. There we go. 4 more switches to go. So far, so good. Okay. Okay, I can see possibly why this guy's not coming out. The other ones are, oh yeah, this middle switch right here, that's the one that's broken, like where I messed up the pads. So what I'm gonna attempt to do is to pull it out while I melt the solder. Hopefully that's a good idea. Right. It's gonna be a pain to do. That seemed to work. There we go. Got it. Got it. Okay, 2 more. 2 more switches. And are we done? Are we done? Yes, we are done. Perfect. Got all the switches out. Ta-da! With only 1 scratch on the plate, which you can't even see. Hooray. Awesome. Okay, next up. Next up, I actually do need to desolder these LEDs really quick. Shouldn't take too long. Did I do that right? There we go. 1 LED. Did my first desolder last week. Accidentally ripped 1 pad off. Lucky you learned the lesson. There we go. Okay, we're good. I'm not even gonna bother with these stabs. Alright. We're good. We're good with the desoldering. We can now start the build 1.5 hours later. Awesome. Okay, here goes. We are going to start with lubing stabilizers. These are Durock V2s, which are going to be a nice upgrade versus my usual GMK and cherry stabs. Let's see, I wanted a 2U backspace. I wanted 2 2.25U shifts. I wanted one enter key, and last but not the least, one 6.25U spacebar. There we go. These are Durock V2s. If you're wondering what the difference between V2 and V1 are, V2s have more of a curve where the wire clips in, so it holds the wire in a lot better. This will be my third build with V2s, and so far I've not had any stab wires pop out yet. Whereas with my V1s, I've had 3 boards pop out already. One was on my NK65, one was on my Sirius 60, and one was on a... oh, what board was it? One was on my budget 96 key. Alright, here goes. Do you still clip and lube Durock V2 stabs? I don't clip them because they're already pre-clipped. In terms of lubing, yes I do. I like to lube the housing with 205G0, then I lube the actual wire with dielectric grease. Prolio says NK60. Oh yeah, it was a novel keyboard, so it was a NK65, just the first board that came to mind. But the one I was thinking about was a on my gingham. There we go. X No Tank says hi Merlin. Hello to you too. Volcano rebuild stream, actually. Well, the rebuild part is done, I guess. This is just the build part now. Already taken off all of the stabilizers. I mean, all of the switches. Yours is still unbuilt, dang. Yeah, this is one of my favorite boards, to be honest. Just that really irked me that the PCB had an issue. Mainly due to my negligence, but still. Waiting on PCBs and plates. Ah, did your PCB actually die? Because I've heard there were some instances where ESD got to the PCB. Like, I know DZ Tech has their own variant as well, but I've never seen it on sale. It might have been a China-only group buy. Was stuck abroad because of COVID. Oh, wow. PCB still works good, good. Yeah, it's like, even though this PCB has ESD protection, it's still really only on the USB line. So I saw lots of people complaining that for some reason their board died to ESD. You're planning 2 builds? You got 2 Volcanos? Dang. If I had the money at the time, I probably would have gone for the polycarb edition in addition to my aluminum one. But no, at the time I did not have that kind of cash. 2 plate. Ah, okay. You tried for poly, yeah. Well, here's the thing. I'm kind of glad that I didn't get the polycarb edition, because I finally have a polycarb board, and I'm not impressed. I'm not impressed. So, and good thing it's an NK65 entry edition, because I only spent like what, 80 bucks on it. I would have felt really bad to have spent 450 bucks on a polycarb Volcano, only to be like, meh, you know? So I guess in the long run, I'm glad I did not get the polycarb. You use bottom corner for arrows. That's what I use too. Bottom right corner for arrows. That's how I get by on a 60%. What don't you like about HHKB, the layout or the feel? The layout. I love the feel actually, just not the layout. We spend the whole day on KB streams too. Hey G85. There's so many keyboard content creators these days. So I'm hoping that by the time I finish this build, we can raid someone else. But someone has to remind me, because I always forget. Someone remind me about raiding. Okay, let's see. Backspace, enter, left shift. Okay. I need to do a right shift. Right shift. There we go. Okay. Last one is the space bar. Space bar. Then after this, we get to test the PCB out really quick. Are those V1 or V2? These are V2s. I've migrated to V2s and will probably be rebuilding quite a few of my boards with the V2s. Alright. V2s are so nice. Yeah, I know, right? Alright, let's grab that PCB and test it really quick. Is the clue board 3.0 supported in VIA? I think it is. Pretty sure it is. Let's see. Let me just check really quick on QMK firmware GitHub. Let's see. So one thing about the clue board PCBs is that the last time I did this, there was some confusion as to which PCB variant it is. Here, let me show you guys. Okay, so it's the 66, and within the 66 there's a Rev 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay. I think I have a Rev 3.0. But let's read. Here we go. Ah, look at this. Rev 3, PCB versions 2.7, 2.8, 2.9. What does mine say it is? Mine says it is a version 3.0, so I'm assuming it's Rev 4 is the one I want. Let's just verify. Yep, that's the same microcontroller. Yep, okay, it's Rev 4.0. Alright, we can do this. Kel90 says, how do you afford the Keep hobby? It's so hard on the bank. It is. Well, thankfully, I work a fairly decent job. And if you notice the stuff that I buy for myself, I usually buy like one thing a quarter, so I've got like 3 months to really purchase stuff that I need. And of course, you know, you guys help out as well. Like everything you guys subscribe to, every time you subscribe to me, every time you tip me here, I use that money to either improve the stream or try and get like what the newest keyboard is so that I can talk about it. You know? But still, if you catch my Sunday stream, I've started counting or calculating how much it costs to join every ending group buy per week. Last week's ending group buys totaled $2,200. So yeah, and the week before that was $1,700. So at this rate, you're probably gonna need at least $6K a month to afford every single thing in this hobby. See, and Bessa says, we feed your heroin addiction? Apparently. Zsara says, what guitar is that? That is a Fender Stratocaster. American Road Worn series from, I think that's from 2011, I believe. Alright, let me flash this PCB really quick, now that I seem to have the correct information. Okay, let me plug it in. Plug it in. There we go. Press the reset button. Okay, press the reset button. And flash. Compiling, compiling, compiling. It's doing its thing. Any thoughts on the Mode 80? I actually haven't really followed up too much on the Mode 80, though if I'm not mistaken, the PCB is made by Gondol Lindrum, so you can rest assured that the PCB is very well designed. And Bessa says, are you using a new PCB? Yes, I am, and looks like it just finished flashing. Perfect. Okay, next step is to verify that this PCB works. So, well, it works because I flashed it, but let's just make sure that all the switch positions work too, right? Okay, boom, there we go. Detected in via clueboard 66. Okay, let's do key tester really quick here. Key tester test matrix. Yeah, that's the way I like it. Where is that tweezer I was using earlier? There goes. Okay. Yay, it worked. So far, so good. So if you guys aren't familiar with Clueboard is the company run by Scully Dazed. Scully Dazed is one of the directors of QMK. There are two directors to QMK, that's Jack Humbert and Scully. In fact, I believe my very first encounter with QMK was with Clueboard, actually. I had bought a Clueboard acrylic edition way back in 2015, did not know how to program it at all, and Scully was trying to help me out, but it went over my head. So yeah. So I gave up on QMK back then, because I couldn't figure it out. But what motivated me to learn QMK was my Octagon, my Duck Octagon V2. Could not figure out how to program it using O2D, so I was like, you know what, I should probably learn QMK. Alright. There we go. All key positions work. Perfect. You can now build this board. SQRRL. I assume it's squirrel. What is the cheapest Alice layout keyboard you would recommend? I think right now there is the Ava that's going on sale right now. I wouldn't exactly call it cheap, but it's available and it seems to be of good quality. I assume you have a few boards, you have a neat storage solution. Yes, I do actually. Let me show you where some of my boards are stored. I have a keyboard rack just right there. I also use TX cases to put all of the boards in, but they're usually just stacked up all the way there. I do need to start selling some because I am running out of space. Yeah, I bought that rack from Home Depot actually. That's one way to keep collection manageable. Physical space, yeah. Keyboards aren't that big, but if you want to protect them, like keep them safe from any dings, scratches, and all that, you do need to properly protect them with something like a TX case. and those can get fairly thick. Beef says, hey Merlin, are you getting any keyboards this month? Yes I am. I'm getting a few prototype builds from some vendors, but in terms of boards that I'm picking up myself, the one that's caught my eye recently, don't know if it's coming anytime in the next couple weeks, is gonna be the Rama Yeti. Oh, you're picking up the Box 75. Yeah, that's another nice board. Cal says, I spent a disturbing amount of money on my first key. It's wonderful, but I wish I went cheaper. I want to make more. Well, here's the thing. As someone who has built a lot of boards from rebuilding Corsairs to doing cheap kits to going to high-end models for myself and for customers, you know, I've noticed, maybe this is just myself, but even though I build a really cheap kit, like, it doesn't really satisfy me. There's something about building a high-end keyboard that, like, after you build it, you're kind of like, yeah, this feels good, this was a good build experience, and this type's really, really good. The issue with that is you will of course want more, but you're not gonna want to spend, like, you're not gonna want to buy keyboards that pale in comparison to it. You know? Like, for example, I am an owner of the Iron 165, and I'd say it's probably my favorite 65% board right now. Just so I avoid using it too often, I've said, oh yeah, let's just buy something that's similar to it, see if I like it more. Got a KBD 67, got an NK 65, none of them compare. I even used the same switches and the same keycaps. Still does not compare. And just to make sure that I was not being like elitist or anything like that, I like had my wife try it out. I'm like, which one do you think feels better? And she's like, this one. And she picked the Iron 165. I'm like, okay, there we go. Like, get this. My wife uses a Poker 3 at work. So, yeah. That's her frame of like reference. You try to avoid entry-level boards. Okay, entry-level boards are fun to build, you know? They're actually fun to try out. But in terms of like long-term use, I don't use them all too much. Like, and I say that with a quote-unquote entry-level board in front of me. How does the Poker 3 feel in comparison to something like your standard DZ60? Okay, so this Poker 3 has gone through several iterations. Like, what's it called? It's a parable or something? I think it's called Theseus's ship. Like, if you have a ship and you change every component of it, is it still the same ship? That's kind of like what happened to the Poker 3. The only thing with the Poker 3 that's from the original Poker 3 is the case. I've since swapped out the PCB, I've swapped out the plate, I've swapped out the keycaps and all of the switches and the stabilizers. The ship of Theseus, there we go, that's it. Yeah, even though I still call it a Poker 3, it's not really a Poker 3 anymore. because like I think what's in it right now is a Centrac S60 PCB, which is the one that came with this actually. Poker 3 in name, yeah. Let's see. Cal says, I heard Teja say an 8X Mark II was a budget board, and I'm sitting here with mine, $800 Canadian dollars, poor build quality, but not sure what makes a more luxury board. I can see why he said it is. Basically, a lot of KBD fans boards are considered rather budget, simply because of their manufacturing process and the quality of their anode. But you also have to take it with a grain of salt, you know, like I think most of Teja's builds cost upwards of several hundred to thousands, you know? So compare it to someone who drives a Maserati and being like, oh, that fully loaded Toyota Camry of yours that you had to get a loan for, that's budget, you know? So yeah, take it with a grain of salt. Kudsai says, don't forget that ultimately your own experience with the board will determine what's quality for you. There we go. It's a good way to look at it. Speaking of KBD fans, have you guys noticed that they're starting to release gasket mount versions of their boards? There's a gasket mount version of the KBD 67 called the D65. There's a gasket mount version of the KBD 67 called the D84. Yeah, you know, there's like they're starting to have what? There's the top mount variant such as the KBD 8X and the KBD 67, and now you've got all of these gasket mount versions. Nochi subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you, thank you, thank you. All right, time to put on this guy right here. Okay, I now have a predicament. There are two positions here which my 6.25 views seem to fit just fine in. So before I do this, I'm gonna have to pull up some keycaps. And keycaps in this double check so I don't screw this up. Yeah, if you're not sure, don't start soldering right away. Chances are you will mess it up. But the way I like to be sure is to test with keycaps first. My layout's going to be 3 1.25U keys to the left, followed by 6.25 spacebar. Let me just find my last 1.25U. Come on. Oh, there it is. There it is. Not going 6U? Yeah, I'm not. Here, check this out. Let me show you guys the available layouts on this board. Does he actually have the layouts posted? Layouts. Swear I saw the layouts. Here we go. Layouts. Here we go. See? I'm gonna do 3 1.25Us, like so. And then on the right here, it's gonna have 2 1.25s, and the center key will be 1. That's what I'll be doing. So to do that, I need to make sure I get the correct keys in place. You know what? I've got the old PCB. I can actually see where I soldered stuff in. There we go, perfect. No problem. No problem. Okay. Nice layout selection, thanks man. Okay, does that look correct? Yep, so now where does the spacebar go? Spacebar goes... Oh, I just noticed another change here. Let's see. The original PCB seems to support different bottom row layouts than the new one. Let's see. Okay. Okay, I get it. I know where to put this now. Yep, there we go. Got it. See, this is why I really want meetups to start happening again. Hopefully when it's safe to go out and like all that, you know, we can start having meetups and people can try out all of these high-end boards. I think this past year has increased the size of this community. And as usual, it's also increased the number of options that this community has. It's impossible to try everything out there. Like, no one has that kind of money. Well, I'm sure someone does, but no one in the community yet has been able to spend like $8,000 a month. That I've seen, at least. You know, so having a meetup would be good for everyone, just to try out a key cult, try out all these new switches, you know, all that stuff. Like, even someone like myself who does keyboard stuff, I have not tried every switch, I've not tried every keyboard, and like, this is what I do, you know? Okay, we got it. We got it. Why won't these switches come out? There we go. Keyboards are like wine. The best one there is the one that you like best. Yeah, I've seen that sentiment. Alright, don't need this broken PCB anymore. It can go away. Okay, before we start soldering, let's clean up a little bit here. Okay, so I feel tray mounts are disliked mainly because elitists say that they're bad, you know? I don't think they're bad, I just think that they're a different feel. You know what I mean? So like a lot of newcomers coming into this hobby, when they hear that tray mount is bad, and it's the only thing that they can afford, they're like, not sure if I want to join this community. Alright. Let's see, let me grab my soldering pad, and I should be able to... Yeah, this should be cool to the touch now. Yep, that's cool. And put that away. Right. There we go. Fail is the best tray mount that could be done. I like my fail. I think it's pretty good. It's probably one of the tray mounts that I'll keep. You know? Such a fingerprint magnet here, so just trying to wipe it as best as I can. What makes a tray mount worse than a top? It's just a different typing feel. But a lot of the complaints against it is that the flex is not evenly distributed. Alright, here goes. And before we do anything, let me just... Yeah. You just pulled the trigger on the Mercutio. Congratulations. I'm supposed to be getting a prototype of sorts to build on stream, but unfortunately the person sending it to me, a member of Mech Wild, was tested positive with COVID, and he wants to keep me safe, so he's not sending it to me until he's, you know, tested negative again. Better safe than sorry, right? So yeah, I don't know when I'll get it. I told him to take his time for obvious reasons. What do I think of GMK Maestro? I think I talked about it briefly on my interest check video, but I liked how the novelties looked, but to me it's still just another white on black set. Okay, let's check the other stabs before we continue. What do I have on the shelf behind me? Quite a variety of things actually. I have some of my favorite port bottles, a keyboard staff, keyboards, a plant, and a few cameras. What is the big stick? That is the keyboard staff. Maybe someone can redeem the staff party? Yeah, we'll see. It's the most expensive thing to redeem. Are you changing switches on the Volcano? No, I'm not. Is the Jane my most expensive board? No. I don't think it is, at least, because I got it for free. Xenophobia says, 15K is a big hit for a story that you've heard before. You know it. Alright, let's see. Let's get this built. Let's get this board built. But you also get a wizard buff. How did I get the Jane for free? The story behind the Jane is that this was back when, you know, the Jane, like the original Jane, only had boot mapper client. And since I've been doing a lot of QMK ports for people, someone asked me if I could do it, right? So I reached out to Yuxi and I'm like, hey man, would you mind sending me like schematics, stuff like that, you know, so I can get this job done and people can use QMK on their Janes. And he said, sure, I'll send you some hardware as well. And when he said send you some hardware, I was like, oh yeah, he'll send me like a spare PCB, right? 2 weeks later, I get this huge package in the mail and I see it and I see the TGR logo and I'm like, oh hell no, oh hell no, did he just send me a Jane? Yes, he did. So I was like, what in the world? So immediately sent him a huge thank you note. I was like, dude, I was expecting a PCB. I was like, in fact, all I expected was maybe pins, a layout diagram, but no, he insisted on sending me hardware, and not just any hardware, the actual PCB. So yeah, I've had quite a lot of people offer money for this board, but I'm like, no, I don't think I can sell this board. This was like a huge blessing, you know. This was like such a, oh my gosh, you know. So I'm like, nope, not for sale. Don't think I'd ever sell it. idea here. Since people have asked about it, let me just pull it out really quick. There you go, see? So I've got a blue one right here. The funny thing is I'm not actually using the TGR PCB. It's running the H88A from Heinebusch. I've got lanyards on it, Gateron lanyards, lubed lanyards, GMK Nautilus, and yeah, check it out. See that? I still have the original TGR PCBs, have not used them at all, but since I've gotten this board, I've ported both PCBs to QMK and have added VIA support. Never seen me using it? Yeah, honestly, it's such like a... I feel like it's such... kind of like it... I'm almost afraid of breaking it. You know that feeling? So, like, I type on it every now and then, but I've got like this mental block, I guess, that like, what if I'm typing on it one day and I'm drinking something and I spill on it, you know? Or like, what if I'm typing on it one day and ESD occurs, right? Can you show trash pandas on screen? I do not have any trash pandas. I do have original holy pandas though. That's something that you're more interested in. But here, let me solder in these first batch of switches first. Prolio says, sexy board. I know, right? Let me see them. Let's see. Are they within reach or are they... They're in one of my boxes, but maybe I can grab them later. I love your hat, says Verdon Floyd. Thank you. I've had it for many years at this point. It is the source of all my power and keyboard expertise. Let's see. Let me just double check that. Yep. Perfect. I should wear like an ESD robe. Like an ESD protected robe and call it the wizard robe. Just to really roleplay that, right? All right, got all that in. I think we can put the rest of the switches in. No problem. And okay, so since I desoldered all of these switches, they don't like fit in the PCB completely snugly anymore. I remember when I first built this board, it was really hard to push these extra legs in. So yeah, I guess that's just another wear and tear issue. Let's see, I see 2 people subscribing, Sebastian and Christopher. Thank you guys. Thank you for your generous patronage here. As I was saying earlier, it's people like you who keep me working on this hobby, keep doing the stuff that I enjoy here. Feels like everyone eating dinner or something. Well, it's 4:21 here right now. I do have a gym appointment at 6, so hopefully I will be done at least half an hour before 6 p.m. Yeah, like my gym, just to adhere with the new Washington State rules, not only do you have to, you know, wear masks, have like social distancing, but you also have to schedule a reservation at the gym. You know. You only know the Seattle and Redmond area. Yeah, Redmond has a lot of roads that bend, especially with the new work that they're doing there right now. I think Microsoft is expanding all of their buildings, so lots of roads that have been there for years are now being rerouted and all that. Like last time I was there, I was like, let's see, there's a Value Village there that I like to go to. So you guys might know from from my previous videos. Let's see, I'm bending the pin right there. Yeah, the Value Village in Redmond closed, unfortunately. There we go. Would love to visit Seattle, Portland, and Vancouver in one day. You know, if you ever plan on doing that, okay? If you ever plan on doing that, once all this is done and we're all able to travel freely and mingle with people once again, you should schedule your trip around a meetup. The reason why I say that is because the Portland community tends to schedule their meetups around the Seattle ones too. So usually what ends up happening is there'll be a meetup a few days before the Seattle one. So you can hit up the Portland meetup, then the Seattle meetup. All in one trip. Unfortunately, there is no Vancouver meetup that synchronizes like that. The last Vancouver meetup was February of 2020 that I know of. And that, well, I guess that was like, actually that was just a few days after the Seattle meetup. So I guess it's kind of synchronized. Who knows? Who knows? All right, let's solder this. See if there's a work thing that happens to meet up at the same time. Yeah. I unfortunately have never been able to schedule a work thing with the keyboard meetup. That just never seems to happen. Though last year or something, I had a wedding planned in the Philippines. Like my cousin was getting married, and it coincided with the Philippine keyboard meetup. So my plan was to fly over for the wedding, but join the meetup so that I could expense it for McMerlin and be like, oh yeah, I was there for the meetup. I just so happened to go to a wedding at the same time. And then I would have gotten a chance to film the keyboard meetup there in the Philippines and hang out with all the keyboard community there. But did not happen. Did not happen at all. In fact, that wedding has been postponed to today. Yeah, my cousin is getting married today, so unfortunately I can't be there for obvious reasons. So the next best thing is my other cousin is live streaming the entire event. And that should be occurring in, let's see, what time is it now? It'll be occurring in a little less than 7 hours. See, New Orleans and Texas being the others. Oh, of places that you have to visit. Nice. Okay, so I may just be biased here, but if you've seen Seattle, you've seen Portland. It's very similar. Am I gonna get dressed in my Sunday best to watch the live stream? Okay, so get this. I am Filipino, okay? I'm Filipino ethnically, but I was born and raised in Taipei, Taiwan. I can definitely speak my mother tongue, but I'm not like 100% fluent. I'd say I'm around 90% or so. So my cousin, like back when everything was still normal, reaches out to me and was like, hey, do you mind, reading a few Bible verses during my wedding, please? Because you're like my older cousin. I'm like, yeah, sure, no problem. And then like an hour later, I like message him back, in English, right? He's like, no, Tagalog. And I'm like, yeah, ask someone else. I'm like, ask someone else. Unless you want me to like sit there and read for 15 minutes, because I'm like such a slow Tagalog reader. He's like, okay, I'll go ask someone else. Zsar says, now that explains Chinese understanding. Yeah. In many ways, okay, I feel like I can carry a Tagalog conversation much better, but in terms of vocabulary level, it would be Mandarin. And like understanding, definitely Mandarin. Like I can talk politics in Mandarin. Is Spanish common in the Philippines? Spanish was more of a common language back in like the 60s and 70s. My mom said that when she was in elementary school, Spanish was part of their curriculum. Like everyone had to learn it. Now, not so much. You're just trying to find Mandarin speakers to practice it? Yeah, that's the thing. Like, I don't, So back in the day, I had a roommate who was from Taiwan. He was actually the best man at my own wedding. So there was this entire month where I was trying to like really improve my Mandarin. So I told him, hey, don't respond to me, don't talk to me at all unless I ask you a question in Mandarin, right? So he said, you sure you want to do this? I'm like, yes, I'm sure. I lasted 2 weeks. But for those 2 weeks, I think I did pretty good. I think what eventually broke me was what was it? I needed his help to move like I think it was like oh yeah, we were helping a friend move. Okay, we were helping a friend move, and I asked him for help, but I didn't know how to say refrigerator in like Mandarin for some reason. So, so he just completely ignored me while I said, "Hey, can you open the door so I can move this refrigerator?" You met some Asian people with names like Juan Perez, then figured they were Filipino. Oh yeah. You get confused when speaking on the spot? Okay, so get this. Usually whenever I visit Taiwan, I'm there for like 2 to 3 week periods. The first week is horrible. I'm trying to be like, ask for directions, figure out what food, and then I'm like, how do you say this? How do you say that? After maybe like midway through the second week, I start to get really comfortable. And then just when I'm like super comfortable again, I leave. So I'm like, that's frustrating. Yeah, it sucks. It is what it is. So it's funny because like the last time I was there, so I still have friends in Taiwan, so they call me out to like go eat and stuff, right? And of course, it's not just always the same people that I've known for decades, right? Like they've got other friends too, so they come out and like hang out. And one of these guys that I met during one of these dinners things was like, he was so perplexed by me because everyone was speaking to me in Mandarin, but I was responding in English. So he was like, do you really understand what everyone is saying? And I'm like, yeah, but just give me a week and I'll join in the conversations in Mandarin. They say Merlin's real name is a magic spell. That's why no one knows it. Alright. Just in time for another spool of solder. And let me figure out the rest of these keys really quick. Do you or have you ever bought the 1 pound solder spools? Okay, so here's my thing. I used to buy the 1 pound solder spools thing because they're more economical, but I recently, well, the local store that I go to does not carry those large spools. They actually only carry this size. And as sure, I can definitely save money by buying it through Amazon, but it's my way of supporting a local mom and pop store. That's why I buy these. These are about $2 a pop, you know. Yeah, so I just buy it locally. Want to support them. They are here. Let me show you. They're called Vetco, and yeah, they are run by a group of vets, which is another reason why I want to support them. They do stock them, but it's not just 1 pound. It's like seriously massive amounts. I'm just kind of like, okay, don't really want that on my desk, so I'll just buy the smaller ones. Okay, let's see. To grab another spool. Here we go. 25 pounds of solder. Yeah, I do not want to have to deal with that. Alright. This is where I can refer back to the old PCB and figure out where each of the switches go. Frothy KK subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you so much. You also have a Volcano, great board. Totally agree with you. It's actually my favorite board. Let's see. Referring back to the old PCB. What else? Okay, two more switches. And where does this last batch go? Okay, just verify that. Good. Okay, I screwed up that center one. Always good to double check. Did I get that right this time? Perfect. That's good. There we go. Got them all in. See, Donver says, I almost saved for spoken word, Marilyn. Just 500 points to go. Nice. Okay, we're good. Just to double check again. Yep. Perfect. All right. Definitely don't need that PCB anymore. Hooray. Lifetime amount of solder. All right. 25 pounds of oh, interesting. All right, that guy's not fully in. Let's see if I can fix him. There we go, that's better. Okay, there we go. Switch is now flush. Perfect. Do. I feel like that guy's still not fully in. There we go. Okay. All switches soldered. Let's just double check, make sure all the joints look good. And we're good. We are good. Alright, let's test that this actually works. Let's pull up VIA again. Alright, right now it's detecting my ANSI board. So let's try out, see if I did this correct. I heard the board boot up. Oh, detected. Awesome. Let's do key tester mode. Yeah, let's do key tester mode. Test matrix. Here we go. Uh-oh, there we go. Woohoo! Yay, everything works. Everything works. Okay. Last bit that I do need to do is actually put on these LEDs. So the bad thing about this is I need to figure out which way it goes. Let's see, if I was smart, did I cut the legs so that I maintained one leg is short and one leg is long? No, I did not. I did not think about that when I did this. Shoot. Okay. Let's see. The way to do this then is to plug in the board and program it to have some of the locks on. So here, let's turn on caps lock for now. Caps lock is on, supposedly. Let's type. Yep. Caps lock is on. And we're going to assume that the first guy here is the caps lock LED. Hopefully I get this right. Okay. Nope. Try the other way. Nope. Maybe it's the bottom guy. Actually, no. Let's do it this way. It's hard to do this, so we're going to do it from the back. There we go. Okay. It's that middle guy. The middle guy is the caps lock LED. There we go. Ah! So bright. Okay. We'll keep that there. Let's turn it off and solder it in. Here. How do I keep it in place? Let me put some tape on it. Put some tape on that guy first. Yeah, I know, from big W to big L. Alright. See, if the middle one is caps lock, the other should be num lock and scroll lock, right? Let me program that on the board really quick so I can trigger it. Oh wait, you know what? Should not do this while I have stuff plugged in. Alright. The clue board has 4 LED indicators. Interesting, I'm only seeing 3 lights here. Here, let's just double check I did the soldering correctly. There we go. Woo! Woo! Okay. That's good. Let's figure out what the other ones are. Oh wait, hold on. I did say I was going to do num lock as well. So let's program a couple of these to be num lock. Num lock, where are you? Let's do scroll lock and num lock. There we go. Okay. Let's turn them both on. Okay. They should be both on right now. Or not. Okay. Doesn't Mac not have a num lock? Yeah, that's right. Let's try this. Come on, light up. Light up already, will ya? Let's flip it around. Neither of those keys. That's no fun. Well, I can't figure out how they light up. Shoots. Maybe it's not even programmed. Here, let me look. Let me look. What does the source code say? The source code says that They are programmed. They're programmed to num lock, caps lock, and scroll lock. So why is it not lighting up when I do scroll lock? So odd. That's so odd. Can't possibly be the wrong pins, you know? Oh! My wife just surprised me with bubble tea, even though I'm still drinking something. I'll drink it later. Thank you, though. Your wife just came home with some bubble tea for me, but I'm like, I'm still drinking this. Yay. I have bubble tea later. Hooray. Alright, hold on. Let's see. Xenophobia says something about LEDs lighting up when you plug in. There we go. From where? I don't know, actually. I didn't see. But Xenophobia, you are correct. When you first plug in the board, the lights do light up. So let's try this. Oh, yep, got it. Got it. Just had don't yell at me. What? What is that? Is that a new bubble tea joint? Such a weird name. Here, just to be absolutely sure, it's correct. Yep, that's correct. Okay. Perfect. Xenophobia, thank you for that tip. That worked out really well. I didn't realize that it drives all of the LEDs on startup. But that's actually good on Scully for doing that. Me saying Xenophobia is kind of cringe. Well, that's his name. His real name, though, is No Roads Left. That's his name on QMK. That's how I actually call him most days. Okay. Did I do that correctly? Lights up. Boom, correct. You did not have the ability to see into the future when you made the name 20 years ago. So that implies that you can see into the future now. Am I correct to assume that? I mean, I still don't, but I used to not be able to as well. There we go. Alright. Figured it out. Figured it out. That's true. We've got like all of these things that we made when we were kids. Let's see, I think one of my One of my first screen names as a kid was... Oh gosh, what was it? It was Delta 6 or something like that. Delta 6, Alpha 7 Hero, something like that. I wonder if that email still exists. Probably. It probably does. What cringe names did you guys have when you were kids that you thought was cool at the time, but now you're like, maybe not so much? Like, to be fair, like, Delta 6, Alpha 7 isn't too cringe, but I'm kind of like, not so psyched about it, to be honest. Everything should have X in the name. Oh yeah, that's true. It was definitely popular back in the day. Because X was such a cool character, right? There's Mega Man X. Oh man, that. You miss AOL? You've got mail. I think my wife still has an AOL account, which we use for like spam mail and stuff, or whenever we sign up for something that we're not too excited about. Let's see, did I get this correct? Will all of them light up? Yeah, they all lit up. Perfect. Okay, we're good. We're good. We are good. Good to go. Finally, longest build ever. Here goes. So, some of you know that I like to use thick foam for this, but one issue with the Volcano 660, like, I really wish that the next Volcano 660, if there ever is a second one, they'll have a daughter board. Because my issue with this is that the USB-C port, that cutout isn't cut out properly. Like, there's very little room underneath it, so if you don't align things properly, you can't push your USB cable all the way in, and anything thicker than this is going to be a big issue. So here, let's do this. There we go. Whew. If you guys caught my first build of this, it would work without the case, but then once I put the case on and scoot it in, it would not work. So let's just hope that that doesn't happen this time around. Since then, I have built a lot more boards, so hopefully I am older and wiser. Put on these. Ace of Spade, thank you for following. Bacon and Tuna said, I was something like Makaha 2K. Okay, that doesn't seem too cringe, to be honest. Donbro says, I remember I was already kind of tech savvy in childhood, so my friends asked me to make them accounts for something and I always made their names. What ridiculous. You are a troll. You are such a troll. Oh my gosh. So, if you're doing that for your friends, what did you do for your parents? Did you give your parents really trolly names? Okay. Yeah, so like back in the day, you would think that, oh, you're using your real name for your email? That's so boring. But now it's like professional. It's like imagine when you're submitting your resume and stuff, and you put xenophobia@gmail.com on. Person who's receiving your resume is probably like, Don't use your real name on email addresses so it's less susceptible to spam. Alright, okay. Here, like I said, sometimes when you use a bad cable, or even a good cable, USB ports don't line up. Alright, the board beeped at me, so things are good. Let's see, can I type stuff? Yes, I can type stuff. Perfect. Okay, good, good, good. We are good. We are good. I can actually put keycaps on this now. Woohoo! Any recs for numpad, solder, or hot swap? For solder for numpad, I think the KBD pad Mark II is a good choice. Oh, that sounds so good, yes. Perfect. Jukesy issued the build command. Yes, I am building or rebuilding my Volcano 660. So if you tuned in at the very beginning, it looks like this. Nothing really changed in terms of the overall looks. Using the same switches, the same keycaps, same board. But it's all better inside now. It's all better. It's got a fully functioning PCB. It's got upgraded stabs. All the things that really irked me back when I built it 1 year ago. Are these keycaps phosphorus? These are GMK Solarized Dark. Did you know that the original creator of Solarized Dark, not the key set, but the IDE theme, is actually here in Seattle? I've met him a couple times. He is also a keyboard enthusiast. I think his name is like something Schoonover? Is that his name? Solarized Dark. Schoonover. That's his last name. Ethan Schoonover. There it is. There it is. Do most GMK sets come with 2 shift? Yes, they do. I met him, and the funny thing about him is he's also a big fan of the 660 layout. So, talked with him quite a lot about that. And we are done. There we go. Rebuild is done, hooray! Only took what? I started at 140, it's now 2, 3, 4, 5. About 4 hours later, the build is done. Alright, let's do a quick typing test here, and then we'll call it good. Let's do typing test. Here we go. Yeah, here. Show you guys. Basically no different than how this stream started. What you're seeing is not in-switch LED. That's just the brass plate reflecting off of my light source. It looks like RGB, kind of. There we go. Let's go plug it in. Plug it in. There we go. And here. Let's take these out of the way. There we go. Okay. Oh, 144, 90% accuracy. Let's try that again. It's been a while since I've typed on Gateron blacks, or Gateron black inks, I mean. Ah, screwed up at the end there. Go 130, 89. Okay, let's try and hit 100% accuracy. .136 words per minute, 100% accuracy. There we go. There we go. Yay! Okay, I am very happy that this build works again. Well, not that it didn't build, but now I have no reservations about it. I'm no longer worried about this right here. No longer worried about that. So makes me happy. Makes me happy. And another thing I noticed that was different. With the original ones, you had the Volcano silkscreen over here. But the new PCB does not. So yeah, that's completely gone at this point. You guys can see how my pad just completely burned through right there. It's really ugly. Alright, let's do one more typing test right here. And we will call it quits for the evening. Oh wait, we will look for a streamer to raid. There we go. Let's try and go for 100% accuracy again. .138, 100% accuracy. There we go. There we go. All right. Whew. Whew. I'm glad that this works now. All right. Let's see. Who do I regularly follow that's streaming today? Let's see. Let's see who's up. Let's see who's up. Oh, hey, Heiny Bush is here. Okay. All right. Since I was just talking about Heiny's keyboards, let's actually do that. Let's go raid Heiny. Let's go raid Heiny. What's Heiny building today? Exempt keyboard build, some news and other fun things. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Here we go. Let's see. Mazin says, thank you. I just watched your YouTube video of how to flash the keyboard. Thank you. Thanks for watching that. Let's see. SD Large Father says, Switch Doctor AU is live. Okay, that is not someone I've heard of before. Let's go look them up. Switch Doctor AU. Okay. Let me follow. Ooh, mechanical keyboard enthusiast based in Melbourne. Oh, nice. Okay, let's do that. Let's do that. Let's do a follow. All right. And now that I've followed them, I can raid them. Let's see. Raid channel. Switch Doctor AU. All right. Raid incoming. All right, guys. Thanks for joining in. Hope you guys enjoyed this stream today. I definitely enjoyed it because I got to rebuild one of my favorite keyboards. My next stream is tomorrow evening. So if you guys are interested in finding out what's happening in the keyboard world, what keyboard group buys to join, definitely check me out tomorrow evening at 7:30 p.m. Alright guys, catch you next time.